So this is Babes in Joyland, first ever podcast. Thank you. Welcome. I've got Bree, Kalhorn, Cole, Sichta, Lala, Barrientos, and I'm Brooke, Barsell. I'm the host. We had the audience already pick some questions, so I'm just going to get to it. First off, Bree, is your dad single?
He wishes.
So no. Cool. This is, I believe, I can't read that handwriting. Never mind. I was going to say who asked them, but it's like this. You. Yes. Cole, I love your tats. That's not a question. How long have you been doing comedy?
A little over 6 months.
Oh, that's kind of why I call the show Babes in Joyland, because they're like new to comedy and also like really good looking, right? Yeah. Lala, does anyone sing your name?
All the time.
How do they do it?
Oh, I don't do karaoke.
Wow. Okay, next question is for me. Brooke, do you think the fame of this show will change your life? Absolutely. Do you think Babes in Joyland can be the next late show of comedy? Maybe an afternoon show? We could do an afternoon. Cole, do you have the link to the Clippy story? I'm just asking for a friend.
I can get it for you. It's called Conquered by Clippy.
On Amazon?
Yes.
You can find it yourself, it looks like. This is another question for me. It says, Brooke, exactly, in big letters, how many stars are on your jacket? I think what's most important is the big star in the jacket. Yeah. Let's go. Ooh, Brianna, or Bree. Can I still be gay if I was adopted into a gay family?
No,
Care to elaborate?
you must be pure.
Lala. La 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 la. If you bat your eyelashes, do you hover off the ground a bit?
Yeah, that's how I get to like the third shelf.
Because she's short. Very good. Cole, where do you get your lipstick?
I pretty much only use the I think it's L'Oreal matte ink.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was surprised. May I say why?
Yeah.
It's my show. So I follow you on social media, and there was one post that you made about a hair clip, and I believe you took it from your daughter, so I would just assume that maybe the lipstick.
No.
No, okay.
No, this one's all me.
I like how it matches your shirt.
It doesn't, it's all very Barbie coated.
Very nice.
But this one doesn't come off when you drink and eat and stuff, so I like this one. Yeah.
The hair is kind of Miss Maisel coated.
Yes.
Well, she was also on TV.
Lala, how long should you be married before taking out a life insurance policy?
ASAP. We gotta be on standard business.
Like right away.
Yes. Then you move on to the next one.
Do you hypnotize them with your eyelashes to get them to do that?
I'm more of a they have to take over my last name, so I conquer. I could say a lot, but
Go on.
rather
Go
not.
on.
no, that's my whole playbook.
Okay. Now, some of these are for anyone or whoever wants to answer. Do you have a follow-up?
I was just going to say, she said she writes for a living, so she could just forge the signature.
Oh yeah, I'm an artist. I left that out. Like a con artist, but an artist.
You know what? I feel like there's a question that'll go really well with that. Okay. Lala. We've noticed that you're high maintenance. What truly is your occupation?
Oh my goodness. So what I've been doing in the real world for 9 years is, yeah, and I mean, it's been wonderful. I wouldn't, if I were to be born again, I'd do it again.
That's amazing. You heard it live on this show. She hasn't admitted it to anyone before.
No,
Just now.
exclusive.
That's exciting. Can you give us some tips on how to achieve this high maintenance lifestyle?
Well, you're gonna start at the bottom. You go to TJ Maxx, Ross, and then you build up a little bit. The bigger you hit the fish. the
Where are
more
you
get
now?
there. Well, so far, like I've got some like dupe Chanel, so I think we're getting there.
Okay. Wonderful. Well done. When, Bree, did you notice that you wanted to be a comedian?
When a friend made me come to an open mic, it is 2 years ago.
I actually remember that.
Yeah. I didn't want to be there.
She didn't want to be there, didn't plan to do an open mic. Her friend was like, here you go. And she went up and just talked about being a lifeguard.
Yeah.
And I laughed so
Wanting
hard.
kids to drown.
Right
That
away.
one.
Cole, how about you? Was there any particular event in your life that made you want to stumble into the fun career of comedy?
No, there's been plenty of trauma that led me here, but as far as what actually made me pull the trigger was the Sydney started doing. It was the bar that I regularly go to started having an open mic, and chaos ensued at the first one I went to, and I was like, well, I can't do worse than this, so I'm just gonna go up.
And was there chaos the second time?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't there for the first chaos, but
Okay.
there was chaos at the
second
very second one ever,
Wonderful.
and that's the one I went to.
It's not real open mic comedy if there's not a little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
Wow. I wasn't at your first open mic, so I don't remember that. Maybe your first show?
But you probably heard about it.
I think I might have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did. I heard about the drama, not about
Yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah.
That was 2 weeks later. Have you met Cole? Have you met Cole?
Yeah.
They picked her up quick. Lala, what made you want to do stand-up comedy?
The stars aligned in 1994.
Mm.
And then I went to therapy like everybody does in middle school.
Yes.
And my counselor, he said I cannot keep a straight face, which I didn't know what that meant when I was 12.
For
So
sure. It's hard for me to be straight, too.
He sent me to a psychiatric ward.
Whoa!
And I had to convince people, what do you mean? And then he's like, no. I mean, there's child psychologists there. I just can't keep a straight face with you. And he said, you should pursue something in this. And then fast forward, when I was 21, my sister triple dog dared me to do open mic. I'm like, yeah, how hard can it be? God, it's hard. But
How long ago was that?
When I started,
Your first open mic?
first open mic, 9 years ago.
9 years ago. Wow. 9 years ago, 6 months ago, 2 years ago. Mine was about 5 years ago. Very fun. I did improv for 3 years first to kind of get used to. Maybe it was 1 year. It felt like 3 years. It's a lot of yes and yes, and then
real.
you keep going, and you have to make sense with other people, which is very, very hard. And then once I was like, okay, I can just say my own stuff and nobody interrupts me. I really, really liked it.
Ideally, no one interrupts
Kind of
you.
hooked after. Ideally, ideally. Have you been heckled before?
No, not yet. I'm
Okay.
waiting.
Bree, have you? You had to have. Do you have a story?
Bree's more controversial than I am.
Well, she's been doing it longer, so you wait, miss.
I once had an old woman get up onto the stage and wag her finger in my face.
What was she saying while she was?
Okay, so she had a shirt that said "Be kind."
Heard it.
She was glaring at me, so I made the mistake of pointing that out. Hey, why are you looking so mean when you got a "Be kind" t-shirt on? So she stood up, got on stage, wagged her finger in my face, and yelled, "I'm wearing this because my daughter killed herself." And then stormed out of the building, and her family didn't go with her.
That says a lot about her.
That was in Kansas City. Like,
Was that like at the beginning of your set, the end of your set, halfway
the very
through?
beginning,
Okay, so then
immediately.
how did you recover from that?
I kind of just stood there in silence for about 30 seconds, and then I just kept going, and it went good. It was fine.
Was that 30 seconds like a moment of silence for the daughter?
No, well, not intentionally. It was just a lot to process. But, the audience took my side, and it was a bit awkward and shaky, but I recovered. It was fine.
A pro.
Right? Maybe we should clap for Bree.
The craziest thing is I didn't want to make a joke about it because, I thought the audience, I could get them off my side. But then the next comic made a ton of jokes about it, and they were into it, so.
It's hard to know.
Yeah, it's really in the moment.
Yeah, you just kind of have to trust whatever, like you say, might be okay.
Yeah.
Lala, have you been heckled in your 8 years?
No, but I look forward to it because I like starting off in the audience and trying to steal people's identity and stuff.
Right.
Right. So I listen into what they're gossiping and then flip that on them, just in case in the back pocket. Right?
And then don't you say that you have a bunch of stuff to shred? Like you have all their files and...
I do. I have this big old file and we got a house, so now I can store it.
Yes.
Yes.
So a little bit of threatening, a little bit of...
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'll go back to some of these questions here. Brooke, how do you teach others how to hula hoop? That's a good question. If you didn't see the show, you'll have to go back and go to the beginning. I am a substitute teacher, so sometimes I teach PE, and I will have to teach hula hoops sometimes. Usually I get a couple of the girls, they just jump up and they'll hula hoop. They'll show the kids how to do it. There's some tricks you can do. I'll show them how you're supposed to do the tricks, even though I can't do them. And then I think it's just like you stand and then you go like this. Like if you're really curious. Thank you. Okay. All right, we answered that one. Bree, you mentioned the Sims couple. Mm-hmm. Have you created new Sims characters?
I don't play The Sims.
How about your boyfriend? Has he created new Sims? Is he still
actually,
playing?
That story is an embellishment. What actually happened was he asked me, would it be weird if I made a Sim of you? And I said, yeah, but go for it. And then he did, and as he was doing that, he said, I'm going to give this Sim the loyalty trait so it doesn't cheat on my Sim, because that's happened before. And that's the true story of my boyfriend making Sims of us.
Boy, okay, Brooke, have you considered being in television? Yeah. It says I'm a natural, but they use the wrong your. As a substitute teacher, this is a dilemma, but as a codependent, I like the compliment more than I dislike the grammar mistake. Heck yeah.
Keeping you humble.
Yeah, keeping me humble. Yeah. I pee my pants sometimes, so I don't need help being humble. Life just does it. Okay, let's see. Lala, what's your favorite part of stealing identity?
When I have to call the banks.
Oh.
Ah, that's the fun part.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you call them?
I play dumb. I mean, that has worked a lot in the line of work that I actually do. And then I just start asking and fishing for things, and then I call the other banks, and I'm like, oh, really? Can we check this? And how much should I spend there? And especially if they have like a partner, that's perfect, because I'm like, he did not. She did not. I am going to talk to him. And then I kind of rattle in Spanish.
Wow, that's scary. There's a movie, Identity Thief. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. Melissa McCarthy, fellow female comedian, hilarious. I picture you doing something like that, like stealing the credit cards, buying all of the stuff, buying way more than you need,
You see my work.
Yeah. Okay. Bree, is your dad single? He wishes.
You know what? Since the last time they asked, yeah.
I feel like I did skip a few of these, but I'll check. Did the lipstick? Okay, here we go. Cool. Who would you choose to be Dolly Parton's vice president?
Oh, wow.
And if you need a minute, I can tell a quick story.
Yeah.
So there was a time where I was going through, I was in manic phase. Manic phase. It's the best part about being bipolar, if you don't know. And I wanted to be president. And then I wanted either Dave Matthews or Eminem to be my vice president. I told them at the hospital. They took my bracelets away. So, who would Dolly's vice
Who would
president?
be a good one? I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like
The drag queen that beat her. in
Yes,
the Dolly
yes.
Parton.
That beat her in the Dolly Parton lookalike.
Oh my
contest.
God! I was like, it has to be like your other option for president, which was somebody that's super, super gay. So if
Yeah.
that's the vice president or Golden.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're checking both boxes.
Bree, do you have any questions for any of us? I know I just sprung that on you.
No. I'm giving pressure.
I can do something else if you. I think you have a question. I see your mic.
What's your next goal with comedy?
Me?
Yeah, I think you have a few comedy goals, don't you?
Yeah. I want to get onto some festivals, and I was hoping to get onto Maha this year, but
And
they're
then
not
they
doing
canceled
it.
it.
So next year,
Sure. Have you applied to festivals?
I'm getting ready to.
You'll have to talk to Bree.
Yeah.
Bree, you've been doing a lot of festivals recently, right?
Yep.
Which ones have you enjoyed and liked?
I really liked Laugh Out Loveland.
That's in Colorado?
Yep, Loveland, Colorado, which is about half an hour from Fort Collins, about an hour away from Denver. It's pretty cute town, pretty nice.
I've been there before.
Yeah.
Did you go to the sculpture garden?
I did not, but it was really fun. They they had like lodging and food for us, and all the shows were sold out. It was really sick.
That's really fun.
Also, they put us all in this Airbnb that was owned by one of the festival sponsors, who was also a comic, and it was like a Airbnb/art exhibit thing.
Wow.
It was pretty sick. Wow. I also really like day comedy in Des Moines.
Okay.
They had some
That's how you
pretty,
say that.
yes.
I don't like I read it and I was like, I don't know how to say that.
Now I'm not sure. I didn't.
It's like, duh, comedy?
I know the answer, but I want to ask, were you given any particular award at the Loveland Comedy Festival?
Well,
in
thank you for
Colorado?
asking. Yeah, I was audience voted onto a Best of Fest showcase. That was like, they paid me to stay an extra day at the festival to
And
perform.
was that
on
your first festival?
It was.
Anything weird happen on your way home? It's like I kind of know the answer, but
Yeah, my car got an exhaust leak.
it's not a quick drive, like
No.
home from Colorado.
I had the windows down the entire way back, and Jeremy Plum was with me, and he kept saying, "I'm cold. Can we roll the windows up?"
like,
No, Jeremy, that kills us.
That reminds me of not my first car, but my second car. My first car, my parents were so nice to let me drive their Acura Legend. And then after I got it wrapped around a couple trees, they let me drive a Datsun. The Datsun was a 5-speed and didn't have heat, didn't have air.
But they're a beast. You can hit a deer and it messes up the deer, but not
They're
your
a beast.
car.
But I'd have to have the windows down and my head out just to see driving home in the winter. I can relate, Bree. I didn't almost die, though. That was the next car. That was fun. Lala, what are your comedy goals? What do you want to do with this, like, amazing sense of humor that you have?
Oh my goodness. I want to do festivals, definitely. I want to hit up Houston, go back to my roots of California,
Okay.
and start a podcast with my friends. I feel like we have an idea and we're going to run with it. So yeah.
You should steal someone else's podcast. I feel like that's your jam. Just like steal like everything,
Okay.
and then you're just in it. Like you already have millions of followers.
Steal the name of one of the local Omaha comedians' podcasts, and then get more successful.
See, I like that idea. Let me flip that house and run with it.
Yeah.
Like, like those guys don't have copyright money. You'll be fine.
See, the alpha woman in me is like, fuck it, let's do it. And the Latina in me is like, papi, he's not gonna know. I'm so ready. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Goodness.
That's based with Lala.
Bree, where do you want to be in the next 5 years with your comedy?
I guess I'm just doing as many festivals as I can right now and hoping that does something.
Gets your name out and make connections.
I guess I hope I'm making money off it, but I know that's very rare.
Okay, but let's say whatever, without hope, like obviously like tons of hope, but like if you could in 5 years, where would you want to be like if everything went right and like, you know, like everything worked?
Netflix special.
Yeah. Okay.
5 years, no.
You want to be like every city, not every city, but like you want to do countries, stay in the United States?
I think if I could get like some good paying road gigs and be able to travel, that'd be cool.
Pay your bills?
Yeah.
I could see that for you.
Like if
Absolutely.
my goal is to not have to do other stuff, I guess, rather than like I don't have any goals.
Like laundry, like wash your hands,
like
anything else.
I guess the way to sum it up is I don't really have any goals to do comedy stuff as much as I have goals to not do other things.
Like don't fly a plane around the world.
like job.
Like job.
Oh,
wise.
yeah.
Not have to have a day job.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Very good, very good. Let's see, 5 years from now, Babes in Joyland will obviously have its own Netflix like series, not just a show. I'd like to have the big band, and we could travel all together, take like 30 females to all the cities all over the world, and obviously making K-Pow famous. That'll be fun.
Oh, I mean, we're already gonna get a tour bus with Rob.
Yep. Lots of fun things in store. If I was to like follow you online, or if I wanted to see a show in the next couple months, because I don't think this is coming out tomorrow, how would I find you and stalk you and all of that?
I am actually going. I'm doing a couple shows this weekend. I'm on Comedy After Dark. Saturday, I just forgot.
You're on the
everything.
one with.
Tell them how to get a hold of you online.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to see it by
Oh, online.
Bree, is it at Bree Kalhorn?
Yeah, everything's just my name.
2 E's. Kalhorn, Kalhorn.
ORN.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cole, how would we find you online?
My Instagram is at Cole's Got Jokes.
Whoa.
And I think there's a link to my TikTok that I don't use as much.
But eventually,
Yeah.
COLES,
Yeah.
got jokes.
Yes.
How about you, miss?
Oh, remember I got that identity
It's on
thing?
lock.
It's on lock. I gotta approve it because there's just so many weird people. And I have to look at my user.
Yeah, you might want to send her a DM, otherwise she won't even let you in. I love it.
Don't hate. You can't be
You
kidding.
might already follow me, but if not, I'm at Brooke Makes Fun on Instagram, TikTok, maybe Snapchat. I don't know. Don't snap me. That's weird. I'm going to ask a few more like weird, silly questions before we're done. So we're almost done. Bree, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
A lizard sunning on a rock.
Why?
I like warm, and I don't like doing things.
Sure. And they can just sit there all day and not have any responsibility at all.
Yeah.
Very nice. How about you, Cole?
Oh.
Or should I find? I want to know what kind of animal you'd want to be.
Me too.
Reptile, furry, you want to be in the ocean? I forget there's like a whole sex thing about those.
Yeah. I don't know, a horse.
Okay. Why?
Because I was just a real horse girl when I was in middle school. One of those.
Yeah.
I can just picture you riding with your cape flowing behind you.
Flowing into the sunset.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I like the drama.
For sure. Have you ridden many horses?
I mean, some, not many.
You don't want to call your husband a horse in front of everyone. I was in like summer camp, so we rode horses at summer camp, but I've never like had my own.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah. Do you ride horses with the FBI?
No, that's like entry level.
Sure. I feel like those horses with their little blinders kind of like have the same eyelashes as you with the little blinders.
I like her response to, do you ride horses? Was, I'm not a peasant.
The horse rides me. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyone have any weird allergies? I want to know. Is it just me or anyone else? No? No? Lucky?
Specific, not cats, but specifically my boyfriend's cat when it sleeps on my face.
So you just like wake up with pussy all over your face?
You know, it would be some people's dream. Oh, it's crappy to me.
Oh, I forgot what question I asked.
That's fine.
If you were to have an animal on your face, you looked right at Travis. I get it. Oh my gosh. I think that was a pretty good show. Pretty fun for our first little podcast. Thank you to the audience for your fun and original questions. And in case you're still wondering, no, Bree's dad is not single. And you finally know what Lala does, which is amazing. Like, people are going to be jealous that you even know that information.
That's classified.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone.